This is a game that is weird. And so I'm going to play it. Because weird seems to work at the moment. Welcome to Doki-Doki Literature Club. Well, golly, this seems cheerful, doesn't it? A little teeny bopper dating game simulation kind of thing. Oh, I'm sure that's just adorable. This game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. What? Alright. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. Well, that sounds promising. For content warnings, please visit http://ddlc.moe/warning.html. Oh my. A game that has warnings for people who are depressed. It might not be safe. Awesome. By playing Doki-Doki Literature Club, you agree that you are at least 13 years of age and you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. What do you think, Case? Casey is not impressed. All right, I agree. Ding! Oh, how cheerful. Well, here you go. It's just a literature club, right? A book club or something, I guess. Sure. Can we music volume? Let's just go ahead and drop that deep into the background there, because that's some crazy crap right there. Yeah. Okay. Return. Yeah. New game. Ding 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 ding. Well, let's do this for Casey, because he might need a girlfriend, so we'll go ahead and use him. Bink. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she just don't care! Like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori. That's probably pronounced wrong. My neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me.
Ha! Ha! I overslept again. But I caught you this time.
Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you.
You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Casey.
Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something.
Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to.
Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, Casey, have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club?
I told you already, I'm really...
Oh, excuse me. I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime.
Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world.
Flip is a NEET.
You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Yeah, it's gotta be one of these things the kids are saying these days. What's a NEET? I'm probably gonna have to look it up. Hang on, I can actually do that because we're in windowed mode. Hold on, let's just pop over here and take a look-see. What is a NEET? A NEET is a young person who is not in education, employment, or training. The acronym NEET was first used in the United Kingdom, and its use has spread to other countries and regions, including Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and the United States. So, listless. A NEET is just listless. Okay, got it.
Don't make me keep worrying about you. Yeah.
All right. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though.
Will you at least promise you'll try it? Will you at least promise me you'll try it, though?
Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. I lie a lot.
Yay!
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? That's not my response. My response is, why do I let myself get talked into things by such a yutz? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. Exactly! This is not going to end well. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Okay. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. Okay, well, F my life, because my days are endless drudgeries. If they're over before I know it, I am so grateful. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. His wall is not doing much, but I stare. Careful now, because I'll go there. Huh, clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Yes, I'm sure that will be a great idea.
Hello?
Yes. Sayori must have come into classroom while I was spacing out. Should have made escape before she arrived. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting there and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club, you silly girl.
No, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know.
No what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Oh yes, I want to go to girly club. Will not get me beat up on playground too much. Listen, Sayori.
Yeah?
There is no way I am coming to your club.
Meanie.
I squeeze out tear from that. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member.
You lie!
And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Wait, you no say anything about cupcakes. I am sold. Bring cupcakes to me. I eat them all. You have milk, right? You better have milk. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really planning that much. Wait. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. Well, that would make her a manipulative biatch, wouldn't it? I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yes, let's go.
And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member is here.
I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room, which is apparently only full of empty desks. She's talking to herself. That can't be good. Girl 1.
Well, it's good. It's good, because if we somehow automatically knew her name just as she popped in, it would be kind of strange. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah, all right.
Sayori always says nice things about you.
Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere.
Yeah, okay. Who are you? Let's see.
Casey. What a nice surprise.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep these straight, but I'll try.
Welcome to the club. ...
All words escape me in this situation. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. I don't know, the one with the Black Widow thing in her hair is probably a little bit, what's that all about? You know you have an hourglass in your hair, right? And that's poison? Oh, spider? What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry.
Natsuki.
The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, and remember, Lumpy Space Princess. That's who we're going here. Lumpy Space Princess with the hourglass in the hair. Try to remember. Whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. So what, freshman? We're not in college, right? This is high school. I don't know. It's got to be high school. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. Oh, jeez. Lucretia Borgia made cupcakes.
Oh yeah, don't mind the poison symbol on my head. I brought a bunch of cupcakes. Go ahead and eat them. I'm sure they'll be fine.
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
Sayori says that quietly into my ear. That didn't seem quiet. Then turns back toward the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet you.
I hate Macy's to pieces.
Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like...
And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right?
That's right. It's great to see you again, Casey.
Oh. Okay, that's... strike a pose. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. Hey! Come on now! Have a little self-confidence, man! I mean, if that's what you want. No, I'm not saying that that's what you want, but I'm just saying, have a little self-confidence. You're never going to get anywhere if you're always like, oh, I can't possibly get a girl like that. I'm too much of a derp. So, having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica.
Come sit down, Casey. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes.
Hey, I made them. I'll get them.
Sorry, I got a little too excited.
Then how about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. I sense our first choice coming up. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Oh, I didn't get to choose. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da!
Whoa!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. Ah! The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Oh, they're adorable! I can't see them, but I can see them in here. In here.
So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. Hold on, Mikhail has to read that line. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. I'm spending way too much time thinking about cupcake eating. Just eat it, you fool. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Well, she wants to know if you think it's good, because outside of her lumpy space princess exterior, she's still insecure about her baking abilities, and she wants a compliment. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? But you still haven't taken a bite, you freak? Take a bite! It's a little kitty cupcake. What's the matter with you? I finally bite down. Everyone else has died of old age. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. No, I scraped it out of the subway toilet! This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I
Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made them for you or anything.
Eh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said.
Well, maybe. But not for, you, dummy.
All right. Settle yourself. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I guess.
Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that,
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow, then smiles at me.
So, what made you consider the literature club?
Sayori pestered me into it. And then, of course, there was the promise of cake. Cake! I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so,
That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone.
Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year?
Aha! Well, to be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader.
Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club.
You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, Casey, what kinds of things do you like to read?
Oh, the TV Guide. Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Unless you'd like to, get a big discussion going on about the Silmarillion. Yeah. Do you like to read in Ancient Elvish? Sorry. manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that could change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately.
I read a horror book once. Once? I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock.
Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh? Why's that?
Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud! And give that back.
Fine, fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute.
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them. Not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. The truest form of talking is talking to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment and feel our IQs collectively drop.
Okay. I have an idea, everyone.
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even.
Yeah, let's do it.
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Casey? Monica smiles warmly at me once again.
Hold on. There's still one problem.
Eh? What's that?
Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought because they're all scowling at me. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. I don't know, Natsuki doesn't look dejected. She looks like she's going to kick me in the crotch.
But... I'm sorry, I thought...
Humph.
Casey...
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes! I'm so happy!
Sayori wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey!
You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the Literature Club.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Casey, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Hey.
Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey Casey, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right. Sayori and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs.
Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Tune in to find out! Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Well, obviously, that's what you're doing it for. We ain't stupid. Come on! You're a high school boy. Oh, no, I really want to talk about Steel Magnolias.
Don't know if that's literature, I just
said the first thing that popped in my head, as high school boys are prone to do. Well, all right. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh, this could be bad. This could be bad. Just saying. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. Well, first you have to decide who your favorite club member is. And then you have to presumably try to gear your poem toward that one, right? Okay, they're kind of hopping around when they see a word they like. Oh, yeah. Alright, we're doing pretty good with purple here. Oh, yeah. Oh, purple's loving it. Oh, wrong. Monica liked alone. Alright, I don't know what kawaii is. Is that like Hawaii but spelled wrong? No? Alright. Misery. Dream. There you go. Massacre might be a bit too much. We're going to go with frightening. Oh, yeah. We are hitting all them buttons, baby. Eternity. That's a good one. Oh, yeah. Imagination. Ooh, secretive. I'm going to go with imagination. Bing! Fickle death, candy, parfait, precious, grief, flower, lipstick, meager, fester. Oh, grief. No. Precious? No, that's cutesy girl over here. Let's push goth girl a little bit. Let's go with death. No, Monica liked. Monica liked death and alone. Oh dear. How much you want to bet Monica would love that? Let's go with treasure. Oh, okay. Monica liked that. Uncontrollable. Yes. Starscape. Oh yeah. I don't know what Doki-Doki means. It's the name of the game, but I don't actually know what it means. Incongruent. Yes. In case you couldn't guess, I'm going for purple. Because as much as I like little kitty cat cupcakes, that's kind of vapid. She, Natsuki, seems, you know, she's into smileys, and I would expect that she would love clouds, and she would love sunset. You know, it's probably like Pokemon. Monica seems overtly domineering and possibly hypersexual. So Yuri seems kind of shy but intellectual. So that's where we're going. We're shooting for purple here. So continuing on that theme, Vertigo is kind of like a high concept. Boom. Oh, very good. Very good. Afterimage. Yeah, that's a nice word. Boom. Yeah, and Monica liked death as well. Wrath. Graveyard. Boop! Yeah, that's a Natsuki right there. Boop. I'm going to boop your nose. Atone. Yeah, that's a purple. Boom. Essence. Yes, I think Yuri would like essence. Boom.
Hi again, Casey.
Okay, the cat's not here. Not responding.
Glad to see you didn't run away on us.
Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. Because, you know, obviously, I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Casey. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature! Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Casey always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room.
How dependable.
Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so?
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
How come? You and Casey can become good friends too.
Sayori?
Huh?
As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know.
I think I'm reading Sayori with the voice of Harold from the Red Green Show. And now that I've said that, I'm going to do it even more.
Wait, Sayori?
Eh? Me?
Not really.
You're shy.
It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do?
Hey, I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
All right. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. You know,
like if you can't.
And we could, you know, discuss it, if you wanted.
This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? Yes, it's accidental.
He's on to us, ladies.
She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much.
Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. It is How to Kill Your Neighbors by Carl Panzram. Let's check the book jacket. I only wish all of humanity had a single throat so I could choke it. Okay.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right?
I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them.
I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go because I'm a thick-headed dunderhead. I'll definitely start reading it soon. Any minute now. It's not like I need to sit down and actually do it right now.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about, anyway?
Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back.
The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
All right. I just wanted to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away.
Oh, okay. Then, spoiler alert. Sure, that makes sense.
Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison.
Okay.
And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart.
That's kind of dark, isn't it?
Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere.
But, come on, we knew that. We knew that that's what she's like. She likes to go to the edge, you know? Walk right out to the periphery of what human experience is like. That's what grinds her gears, man. Come on. Get it together!
Ha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Casey?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy these kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. when horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in, then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's all right then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So, I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
Yes? You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it.
I kind of didn't want to be around when you started to read it.
Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Who am I now? Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
All right.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that did it again. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Eh?
To turn the page.
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do. since you've been so patient with me.
Well, no, technically the least you can do is this. That's the least you can do. Just saying. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all of the things that she says and does, like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Casey, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing.
Again, thick dunderhead.
I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. That's your... double-minded weakling.
What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not... It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb.
All right. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight.
Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time.
All right. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before.
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait.
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems.
Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Well, since I wrote it trying to pick words that Yuri would like, I'll go ahead and share with Yuri first. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. All right, well, there you go. I can trust her opinion to be fair. No, I can't. She will say it's nice even if it sucks. True up. ... As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten, because I did good.
Exceptional.
Eh? What was that?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face. Score, buddy!
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
Eh? That's, I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath. Really? This is the dialogue game? Yuri takes a breath? We all take a breath. I forgot to mention that Monica took a breath, and now Monica's dead. Of course she takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
I have. Really? Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
It isn't. And I didn't actually write a poem, I just picked words.
But they're good words. Good selection. Huh? Yeah, not like that word. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
I was gonna say pigeon again, I don't know why.
Need the glasses. He's getting blind.
That.
Well, I know that.
I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Let's find something wrong.
Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
It's good. That's what confident Yuri is supposed to sound like, as long as she doesn't lose her humility and start acting like a douche. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her. Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. Breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
That's pretty good, actually. I kind of liked it. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all.
But it took you a long time to read. Well, I was savoring it.
Well, I just don't read script very often. No, that's not true. I was savoring the flavor of the lines. That's the reason. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Okay, in case that was out of camera shot, and it was, that was me slamming my head on the desk, but gently so as not to give myself an injury. That's superficial and vapid and stupid. The correct answer is, I was savoring the flavor of your words. They were evocative, and I was processing the images in my mind. Why would I want to hurry through that? The handwriting is irrelevant. It's not about the script. Whatever. Yeah. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It was. It wasn't too short? I usually write longer poems, but you think that I don't read, so you're going to give me something easy. I get it. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Cool. So you got more in you than that, huh? Rock on. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Casey. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, and you are a moron. Was it about cars? Flying into the sunset? I'm not too good at reading. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive, too, so... Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Casey. Me too. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, is there a point? Alright, well, it's completely lacking in cutesy wootsies, so not going to be a happy moment here. But I can practice the lumpy space princess voice, so that's good. Yeah. Casey, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. What? Harsh? What, you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Nah! Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I'd tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Yeah, throw that one out. Don't even bother trying to improve on it. Just throw it away because it's garbage. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it.
No. Think it's stupid? No. I would never do such a thing.
Yeah, it's pretty intense, right? I told you they weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? And this is what you have inside of you? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yeah, it would.
Actually, he's right. Your message would be invalid regardless of your writing style. So he's right.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard, you know? Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, you know? So I decided to write about it.
Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did, I guess, more went into it than I realized. Because I was assuming Zippo.
That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something today. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay. Who should I show my poem to next? Well, let's go with Sayori, because she's going to be...
Yes. This is a good poem, Casey. Hang on, Uncle Red. I'm gonna get this. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really a part of the club now. Not to mention
the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Casey. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people. That's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm not gonna hold you to that then.
Yay! Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that.
Okay, Uncle Red. Dear Sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed? Rub the sleepy from my eyes? Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you asking me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
Okay, step out for a moment. Not my cup of tea, really. But it's got a little bit of a something there. It's a secret, but I trust you too. I kind of like that. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. That's a little bit of sleeping forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. And who can argue with breakfast? I kind of like it. In a simple way. Natsuki's, there's nothing. There's absolutely zip. This is alright. It's not, it's not a rock lyric. It's not a ballad. But it's a nice little bibbidi bobbidi boo. There you go. There's a poem. How you like? Alright. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write? That's a little rude, dude. You're probably right. Okay? That's all right. Poetry can come at any time. You can just be like, boom, here it is. There it is. That's my feelings right now. You're expressing your feelings in the moment, and you did it. She did fine. Don't pick on her. Don't pick on her. It's not great, but it's fine. It is human poetry.
No. Well, just a little bit.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah.
Especially that last...
Oh, excuse me. Especially that last line. I want breakfast.
Oh, it does sound like you. I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time I won't forget. I'm going to write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Who should I show my poem to next? The one who jumped for joy when I used the words alone and death. For some reason, I'm thinking Thrill Kill Cult here or something. Hi, Casey. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? All right, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Casey. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. She laughs in my face! I mean, Great job, Casey. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical.
and phantasmagorical, in fact. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you.
It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort.
Dude, you are so zen.
Ha!
That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Yeah, I kind of did, yeah. Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuring Yuri... It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though.
I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet.
Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things.
I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then.
Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See? The direction the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas, already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So, what do you think?
It's very, freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. I guess that's everyone. Holy cats.
I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. Really, Natsuki? You can't stand up to Natsuki? Man, you must have butchered it. This is a literature club, after all.
How many times are you going to keep doing that line?
Well, this is a literature club. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language?
Huh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
Heh. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Casey did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Casey liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up. I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what you're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Casey appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Ha! And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? 'Cause you're an idiot? Are you that full of yourself? What is wrong with you, you stuck-up piece of garbage?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Slap some burn cream on that! Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically...
I wasn't the one whose boob magically grew a size bigger as soon as Casey started showing up. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little,
This doesn't involve you!
Oh boy.
I don't like fighting, guys.
Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. Oh crap.
Casey. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should just jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Casey.
Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Casey?
Well?
Check, please! How did I get dragged into this in the first place? That is an excellent question, and I will give you one answer. You are in high school, you are a boy, and there are girls. It's not too hard to figure out. It's pretty simple if you really take the time to look. It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. And the other one will kill me in bushes outside. So of course that's going to be... I'm going to agree with Yuri, obviously, because Natsuki is an idiot. And she is the lumpy space princess. Boop. Natsuki! Wait, I didn't click Natsuki. You're right that I liked your poem.
See?
Wait. That's not an excuse for you to be so mean. You shouldn't pick a fight just because someone's opinion is different.
That's not what happened at all. Yuri wouldn't even take my poem seriously.
Wait! I understand. Yuri. You're a seriously talented writer. It's no secret that I was impressed.
Well, that's...
But here's the thing. No matter how simple or refined, no matter how simple or refined someone's writing style is, they're still putting feelings into it, and it becomes something really personal. That's why Natsuki felt threatened when you said her poem was cute.
I see. I didn't notice that I'm sorry.
But Natsuki, you took it way too far. Yuri means well, and if you just told her how you felt, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Are you kidding? That's exactly what I did. It was her that...
Natsuki, I think that's enough. You both said some things that you didn't mean. Yuri apologized. Don't you think you should, too? Natsuki clenches her fists. In the end, nobody has taken her side.
Well, She's a dullard. You are a lumpy space princess, and you made cupcakes that nobody should have eaten because of the big warning on your head that looks like the poison venom marker on a black widow.
She's trapped, at this point being defiant only because she can't handle the pressure. Well, I can understand that. I end up even feeling bad for her.
Sometimes, when I'm hurt, it helps to take a walk and clear my head.
Sayori, she doesn't need to. You know what? I'm gonna do that. It'll spare me from having to look at all your faces right now. I clearly picked the right voice for that character. Ow! Why are you clawing me, Casey? Just because I am laughing is no reason for you to bite or to claw. If you want attention, you can sing for your supper. And without warning, Natsuki snatches her own poem up from the desk and storms out. On her way out, she crumples up the poem with her hands, as opposed to with her feet, and throws it in the trash.
Natsuki.
She really didn't need to do that. I look across the room. Yuri has her chin buried in her hands while she stares down at her desk. I gingerly approach her and sit in an adjacent chair. Everything all right?
I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I acted like that. You probably hate me now.
No, Yuri. How could anyone not have gotten frustrated after being treated like that? You handled it as well as anyone could. I don't think any less of you.
Well, all right. I believe you. Thanks, Casey. You're too kind. I'm thankful to have you a part of this club now.
It's nothing.
One more thing. That one thing that Natsuki said about, you know, I would never do anything so shameful. So...
Huh?
What...
What thing did Natsuki say? Use your head, dude. Look at the girl. Her face is going freaking watermelon over here. And you're going to make her spell it out. What was it you are saying? I will try to remember with my human brain.
Well, never mind that. I'm going to go make some tea.
Good idea. Make enough for more than one person, okay? Because I want you to drink like 8 cups of it. So then you have to pee.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
It was a lot of fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it.
It was all right. Well, mostly.
Casey, how about you?
Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learn something from your friends, too. So your poems will turn out even better.
Ugh. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. But of course, I already achieved target. Didn't I? I suppose I could mix it up. But I'm not stooping to Natsuki level. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Not doing it, buddy. If
Natsuki gets a point, it's gonna be accidental.
Okay. Boop. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. Boop. I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Casey! Ready to walk home?
Sure, let's go.
Heh.
Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you?
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
Phew. You know, Casey, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you, too.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun.
Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, we'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do this. This is going a lot longer than I expected. So I'm probably going to go ahead and then break it up. So put a part here. But until next time, this has been Jim. Saying thank you. And Drive-Thru. And thanks for watching.